So these are the fenders that have been worked on for the last week. It's a lot more effort than I had thought, but basically cleaned them and sanded them and cleaned them and cleaned them and sanded them because the surface of them gets kind of rotted over the years. The ultraviolet light breaks down the top surface and it's very soft and kind of mushy, and so it either dissolves very easily with the cleaners or it sands off and super easily. So I've basically got them prepped and all the holes filled with the plastic filler. So all the holes that were drilled that weren't in the right places or weren't OEM, and then all the scratches and dents and whatever imperfections, and then filled in these areas that were had a piece removed for the Zender kit. And yeah, once that was done, then I used the bumper bite, which is sort of a glazing putty, a flexible glazing putty. Sanded again, then hit it with the flexible primer surfacer, which is this light gray material. Did a couple of coats of this to build up the thickness, and then act as sort of a guide layer, and then sand it down again, and you can see, wherever there's an imperfection, it pops. And then you can go at it with the glazing putty one last time and sort of just get whatever little imperfections that are left out of the way. Maybe one last time hit it with a little bit of the surfacing primer, one last sanding, and then the texture coating, and then the top coat, semi-gloss black plastic paint. So I'm kind of midway through this, just showing you sort of progress, and then I'll, by the end of this weekend, probably have them all finished. So I've got the texture coating on them, they're looking good. And then I go outside where there's good daylight, and I, with 400 grit, I just knock some of the I guess the high points off. So it's a little smoother here, but it still has the texture. It still has a wavy surface to it. It looks kind of like the factory. So that's all I do is very light sanding, and then shoot it with the semi-gloss black, and then it is finished. 3 coats of semi-gloss on after this, and then it's done. So they're done now, and pretty much without challenges. The semi-gloss black still needs the sealer put on tomorrow after it's hardened for 24 hours, but I like the texture. They look really good, and this is something I've worried about for a long time, is getting these, people call them fender flares, or you can call them whatever you want, fender liners, but they're important, right? Like, they're right out there, you see them as much as you see the paint on the car, so having them correct and not all beaten up is kind of a key part of the exterior. So glad to have this stuff done. Well, I got these things all reinforced and cleaned up and painted, so I can now cut the carpet mold and then trace it and cut the carpet and glue the carpet on, and then rewire these, the lights and stuff and switches, and then when they're done. Well, here I am at my desk, and that paper represents the trace or template for the carpet. So I'm good to try cutting carpet now. Well, here goes nothing. I've got my rear deck felt-like carpet, and I'm gonna start cutting it into that template shape. So this material is, somewhere between 3/16 and a 1/4 inch thick, a little thicker than the original, but no harm, no foul. Actually, it's kind of nice material, and matches what I've already done with the deck lid. So let's see if I can cut this using a combination of scissors, industrial scissors, and box cutters and stuff. See how it goes. Okay, so so here I am trying to work with helper cat number 1, wife there, helper cat number 2, and what am I doing? I'm trying to transfer the template using tape, which I've just done, I think, and I should be able to lift this off. And come on. Okay, so then cut it out. By the way, this stuff cuts really easily with I'm just using IKEA sort of cloth cutting scissors, just sort of heavier grade scissors. This stuff cuts beautifully, so I'm not using an X-Acto knife at all. So cut this template out. Hopefully it will then look like the cat's meow. Right, cat? Right. Okay, it's hard to tell because it's black on black, but you know, the carpet is, or this felt type thin carpet is just exactly the same height as the grill, and yeah, so my template works fine. But before I glue it down, I'm going to color it the midnight blue. So I'll shoot it midnight blue and let it dry thoroughly, and then I'll use contact, you know, the carpet glue to glue it down, and these things are looking really nice. So anyway, I'm happy. It's going to be a successful recarpeting job. Boy, there's a lot more taping and screwing around on this whole little mini project than I'd anticipated. Anyway, so there's the carpet upside down. It's all been cut out, and then the edges masked off so I don't get the adhesive. I'm using the this 840 Jackson spray adhesive, permanent adhesive. You can use it for foam or carpet, and that's the actual tray itself on the top of the screen there. And so give both a coating of the adhesive, let it get tacky, and then pull off the tape, and then see if I can align it correctly. Here we go. I'll just pick this up with one hand here, film with the other hand. You know, it looks great. I'm really happy. It's hard to tell with the light in this with the camera that that's midnight blue on a black background, but it is. Anyway, it's the adhesive grabs like crazy when you do the you know, spray both sides, contact cement, and then if you don't align it correctly, you're doomed. But it worked out, so I'm going to be just a little bit more careful doing the second one with the masking for the glue, because it tends to move and spread a little bit past the edges of the tape when you pull it off. You know, it's like spider webs, so it tends to get a little bit wild. And anyway, yeah, I'm super happy. A lot more work doing this than I thought it was going to be, but having these things finished will be you know, key piece. Flipping open the rear hatch and having these looking brand new will be awesome. Okay, that's it for the night. Got them done, so I'm happy. Over and out.